Hello everyone. In this video, I will be explaining the concepts of CA Inter Group 2, all the subject, but in this video I will be sharing the concepts on auditing assurance, which is the paper 6. Okay, let's start with the first chapter, which is nature, scope and objectives of auditing and assurance. First, let me explain the concept of auditing. What is the definition of auditing? Audit is the systematic and independent verification. What audit is the systematic and independent verification of what are book of accounts, statements, records, objects and performance of an entity for a stated purpose. Okay, this is the definition of auditing. Auditing is nothing but the systematic and independent verification of books of accounts, statements, records, objects and performance of an entity for a stated purpose. Meaning. What is the meaning of audit? As you all know the definition, you can easily connect it to the meaning. What is the meaning of audit? An audit is an independent examination of financial information of an entity, whether profit oriented or not, and irrespective of its size or legal form, when such an examination is conducted with a view to express an opinion thereon. From this meaning, you could come to a conclusion that whether the firm is profit oriented or it is non-profit organization, whether it is small size firm or big size firms, audit is it can do audit irrespective of its size or legal form, whether profit oriented or not, and irrespective of its size or legal form, when such an examination is conducted with a view to express an opinion thereon. Now let's see the objectives of an audit. I have divided the objectives into two types, which is primary and secondary. The first, which is primary objective, is to express an opinion on financial statement that it provides true and fair view. The main objective itself to provide an opinion. So the auditor should provide an opinion that it provides true and fair view. What comes next? The secondary objectives. See, if the opinion doesn't provide true and fair view, because of the financial statement is not correct, it has many material misstatements. So the secondary objectives comes finding of those material misstatements, that is detecting and preventing the frauds and errors. So first primary objective is to express an opinion that the financial statements provide true and fair view. If the financial statement are not correct or there are many material misstatements, the secondary objectives comes in, which is detection and prevention of frauds and errors. Now let me see the overall objectives of an audit. First, it has 4 points together. The first point is to obtain reasonable assurance. Second, to report on the financial statements. Third, to ensure the financial statement as a whole are free from material misstatements. To communicate as required by the essays. Essays are nothing but standards on audit. In this overall objective, the third point, as you all know, which comes under the primary objective, which is nothing but to express an opinion that the financial statements provides a true and fair view. If there are some material misstatements, it should detect and prevent those frauds and errors. Let me first explain what is reasonable assurance. To explain what is reasonable assurance, I should first explain what is assurance. Assurance is nothing but the objective to enhance the degree of confidence of intended users of FS. FS is financial statements. So, For the users of financial statements, they should rely whether the financial statement is correct or reliable. To give them some amount of confidence, the assurance is given by the auditor that this financial statement is fair and true. So the assurance given by the auditor is nothing but the assurance which gives the degree of confidence to the intended users of the financial statements. What is reasonable assurance? Auditor can give only the reasonable assurance and not the absolute assurance. See, what is reasonable assurance? It is the high level assurance given by the auditor, where in the audit risk at all is nothing but acceptable low level, that 60 to 80% of the information contained in the financial statements are correct. The auditor is giving the assurance that 60 to 80% of the informations contained in the financial statements are correct. So that assurance given by the auditor is called reasonable assurance. Limited assurance. See, if there are more material misstatements, there are many frauds and errors, the limited assurance will be given. See, an assurance given by the auditor when there are too many MMs are nothing but material misstatements. So when there are more than material misstatements, the auditor can only give the limited assurance where only 50% of the information contained in the financial statements may be correct. So what is the absolute assurance? It is the situation where there is zero risk to audit. No one can say no, there will be no risk. So the auditor cannot give that absolute assurance. See, audit can't or can never give absolute assurance that whole information contained in the financial statements are correct, that is 100% perfect. Auditor can't or can never give up absolute assurance. So, as the explanation given earlier about the assurance, now you can understand the first point, to obtain reasonable assurance, and the second objective, to report on the financial statement. The auditor has to report on the financial statement whether the information provided are correct, whether it is providing a true and fair view. And the third point, to ensure the financial statements as a whole are free from material misstatements. And the last point, to communicate as required by the SAs. SAs means standards on audit. In the upcoming videos, I will be explaining the standards on audits. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe the channel.